People who take walks at night, what's the scariest thing you've seen? There was one night where a car stopped up the road, a girl got out, yelled for help, then got back in and they drove off. I have no idea if it was serious or not, considering she got right back in the car. Potential mugging trap. Have a car close, helpless little lady as bait and bam. A well-meaning, upstanding member of society gets shoved in the car, robbed of everything and dumped in a completely different part of town with no means to call for help or police. Holy sh*t, I've got one for this. Grew up in Japan, not too small / not too big city. Worked a job that had me coming home daily at 2:04 am daily. I preferred to walk the back street that paralleled the main street home because it felt more cozy and peaceful. Nothing of note happened until one day. I turned the corner onto the side street and about halfway down there was a young woman. She wasn't doing anything, just staring at the sky. Staring straight up, neck at a 90-degree angle, mouth slightly agape, long black hair hanging. I hesitated but decided that, since nothing weird has ever happened here before, it'd be fine, so I went to walk by. I get up next to her, it's a narrow road so not a lot of room to maneuver, and pause to look at her. She hasn't moved or reacted to me, she's just staring away. So I fight my instincts and ask her if she's okay. She doesn't react. I look up to see if she's looking at something but there's nothing there. So now I'm thinking there's something medical going on, so I reach out and touch her on the shoulder. She jolts in and looks at me like she's just noticed me. I ask if she's okay and she just stammers and says sorry before hustling down the street the same way I was headed. I decided to smoke a cigarette to let some distance get between me and her, but towards the end of the street, she stops and stares at the sky again. Doesn't move for the whole 5 minutes it takes for me to finish my cig. I walked down the main street for the next couple nights. During winter in a rural no cell service kind of area. Completely dark, no street lights nor anyone in sight. Temperatures were around 20 and it was snowing. I was walking my dog with a flashlight. Then I heard someone start screaming bloody murder. Flight or fight kicked in, it truly sounded like someone was being stabbed to death for what seemed like forever. I chose to find out what the hell was going on. What I found instead was beyond anything I expected. He was a 5-year-old boy wandering down the road all alone. All he was wearing were light flannel pants and a thin t-shirt. No shoes or hat. And screaming so loudly it echoed through the hills. I dropped my dog's leash and walked up to him slowly, gently and repeatedly telling him that I'm a mom and that he's going to be okay. I wrapped him into my arms and carried him to a neighbor's home to warm him by the fire and call for help. Edit: the boy's parents were visiting friends. The boy got up at night to look for his parents, who'd left him and his sister home, while they were out drinking. He got lost in the dark and just kept walking and screaming. Originally thinking I'd get in the crosshairs or witness some bloody domestic fight is what put my mind in the scared shitless headspace. Plus dark, no cell phones, no weapon. He was so lucky to have been found by you. There was a story near me a few winters back where a 2-year-old girl got out at night in their new house. Just started learning how to unlock doors, and she didn't know how to get back inside. A neighbor thought they heard crying and regretted not investigating further. The girl froze to death on the stairs behind their apartment. I almost got kidnapped near a train station. Some dude drove up to me hella quick and insisted that I was some missing Canadian child and that he'd take me home. Coincidentally, a motorcycle cop happened to drive by, and immediately pulled over after I waved him down. He approached the guy in the car very aggressively and told him off. The cop didn't arrest the guy or anything. The guy apparently told the cop the same I thought he was a missing child story, but he did walk me over to the train station and stayed with me until the train actually arrived. Walking home from a late-night gym session at 24HR Fitness. A white van passed by me, slowing down. Slowly took a right turn in front of me. A couple minutes later I reach the turn and see the van stopped at the exit of a parking lot. It's facing back my way. It's like 4 a.m. and nothing else is going on and I'm creeped out. The van starts coasting forward slowly after I make the turn and I sprint across the street to a gas station and into this small dead-end water/air pump station and press my body against an area of the wall that the van can't quite see me. It literally pulls into the air/water station and stops. I hear the engine running right fucking next to me but they never get out of the van. I just stand there pressed against the wall until they pull out and drive around the gas station into the lot on the opposite side of the wall. I hear the van lingering for some time before it goes silent. Still I wait a while longer before I leave and run the rest of the way home. This happened to me. I was maybe 13 to 14 though. A big green van chased me around a nearby gas station on my way home from school. At first I didn't believe it was happening, like it was a coincidence or they just wanted to get to the pump near me, but it just kept following trying to get alongside me. I could see like 4 or 5 guys inside the van through the windshield, like they're all leaning over the seats looking out. All of this was in seconds as I power walked across the street. Somehow I was scared that if I ran they'd straight up chase me down. I pretended to start walking home, then ducked behind a tree and backtracked to hide behind a liquor store on the opposite corner of the gas station. The scariest part of it all was watching the van slowly go in circles around the gas station and up and down the street I pretended to walk home on. Even after I watched the van drive away I hid for another 20 minutes then actually went home. I didn't report it, I should have, I wish I could have, but my home life was already a jail, and somehow it would undoubtedly be my fault, and honestly the repercussions still scared me more.